Hello, how are you?
Good, how are you?
So nice to see you.
How's everything?
Oh, awesome.
Good.
How's your wife?
She's doing very well, thank you.
She's good,
Thank you for asking, yeah.
How's her new job at the school going?
She likes it. I mean, she loves teaching, so
Yeah.
but she's happy being in Atlanta. You know, she loves the city, the town we live in, the house. Everything's just the community's great, so
Good.
she's happy, and if she's happy, I'm happy. So.
Now, is she a coffee drinker? Is that why you guys chose to be right across the street from the coffee shop?
I think that was the main goal for it. It kind of keeps her awake when she's grading all her exams and her 20-page papers that her students have to write for.
Yeah.
So yeah,
That's
it's
awesome.
a convenient location, absolutely.
Good,
Yeah.
good. Yeah, he was awesome. Being new into this industry,
Mm-hmm.
he was my first person that I closed a deal with, and he introduced me to you. So he was pretty great.
Well, we frequently stop in there, so I mean, Bob and I, we've known each other for a couple of years now, and just right off the bat, great guy. The kind of person that should own a business like that. He's been real close to the community. He gets his regulars in all the time, but he's just a real friendly, really nice guy, and I mean, we're regulars there, obviously, so it was. I'm glad I had the chance to bump into you, and that we met, and now we're here. Good.
Well, I hope that we're able to come up with something to customize for the needs that we had previously discussed. Can you just let's reiterate on what we had previously talked about, the things that really you think the ADP would be able to help you, and that we could make a partnership, and me helping you is you helping us, and I really want to get to a common goal and be able to come together on it.
Okay. Well, as I told you at the coffee shop, it's a computer service company. So basically, we will come as a technical staff that fixes ins and outs of any computers that for small companies that they can't really afford to have an in-house staff.
Okay.
So they'll call us. It's 11 employees, 12 including myself. I have one secretary, and then I have 10 service technicians, and they're all out all hours of the day. So some of the things that we're running into, obviously, just myself and the secretary, it's time.
Okay.
It's throughout the day, setting up the jobs and appointments and schedules between myself and my secretary. I mean, we're nonstop on the phone. Then we get back to the office. I try to keep her hours, as minimum as possible. I want to get a full week out of her, but I don't want her 60, 70 hours. She has a family. So then I'm sitting there, and then I take over kind of where she left off, setting appointments for the next day, and then I'm out of the office 9, 10 o'clock at night. So I'm losing out on my own family time.
Okay.
So some of the things that we've come across, she's overloaded. Jessica, that's her name. She's overloaded. She's doing the bills, the payrolls, the estimates. Some mistakes are being made here and there. I mean, obviously, and it's not that I can pay her more money, because it's just she's overloaded with work. So I'd like to dial down on her duties basically, and have her more as the secretary position. She'll take calls, she'll schedule appointments, and tell our guys where they're going to go for the day.
Okay.
I really need to outsource the payroll and the billing.
Okay.
That would take a huge load off of her shoulders, and that would, probably free up a few hours between the two of us. Some things we had thought about, because I had spoken with owners of other companies, is possibly like a mobile app.
Yep.
Maybe that's something we could do. I could have access right on my phone, bring stuff up
Absolutely.
anytime.
Absolutely, it's very helpful.
And even like to be able to review employee timesheets,
Okay.
anything like that.
Okay.
Another thing I was thinking of, because obviously with 10 guys, a day off here, a vacation here, it's hard to keep track of all that. I mean, they might tell you, make a note, and then you throw it somewhere and you forget about it. Next thing you know, the guy's got a vacation. So I kind of wanted to set up, maybe through the app, like a personal day, request day kind of thing, or vacation request day.
Okay.
So an employee would almost like be able to log on, click on it, and say, I'm requesting this day. I could see it on my end, and boom, he's scheduled, and he'd have those set days off.
Okay.
And then I could kind of, stagger my employees that want to maybe take one guy has a week off. I'm not going to schedule another guy to have that same week off, because then I'm losing out two trucks actually, two service technicians at the same time.
Yeah,
so
absolutely.
I can kind of be like, all right, listen, John has this week off, but Scott, you know, you can take the following week off because then he'll be back and it can just, everything will still flow. Because I can make do with one guy, but if I have 3 or 4 requests in the same day, and maybe they did it 4 months in advance, but like I said, Jessica and I just so overloaded.
Okay.
Yeah, we kind of need some help in that area.
Okay. So that's your second point. Okay.
Yep. And then the last thing, obviously with payroll comes checks, and then Jessica's writing out check after check and paying bills and doing the payroll for the guys. So it's another mess. We'd like to incorporate a direct deposit for all our employees. You know, they just Friday, boom, money's in the account, no questions asked. And I think that would just kind of free up a lot of time between myself and Jessica. We can kind of get back to a normal set schedule and everything can flow a little bit easier.
Okay.
So I'm kind of hoping those 3 things can be met.
Okay. All right. So let me just reiterate what it was that you know, just to make sure that you've communicated it correctly, and I'm very understanding to what it is that you need. So your secretary Jessica is completely overloaded, and you want to take some of that off of her workload.
Yeah.
So you want her to have just a secretary office, you know, work duties, and you want us to, you know, or somebody else, which I'm hoping that it would be us, to be able to handle payroll and any sort of organization of that sort. Okay.
Absolutely.
All right. So that's number 1. So let me just make a note of that. Okay. So the second note that I have here is the mobile access to your current and past history, just like you were talking about. Days off, vacations. You want to make sure that everything's organized and you have the accurate amount of people on the road.
Yep.
And that is, you know, so if you get a call or a text, you want to be able to just pull it up, maybe, you know, either an app or a website or something that would centralize to
a notification that would kind of almost set up like a calendar and say, all right, you know, John requested February 18th off.
Okay.
Or, you know, the week of February 18th, he's vacation with his family. Okay, and then I can schedule my work around that.
Perfect. Okay. Perfect. Okay. And then the third one would be the direct deposit. So this is out of Jessica's hand. This is something that is collected maybe by Jessica. We would have to figure out exactly who would be the person to contact from your company to ours. And you know, we would be making those deposits to each and every employee. Correct?
Yep, absolutely.
Okay. Now, was there anything that I missed that I had just went over on my summary of what your needs are?
No, those are my 3 main things right now.
Okay.
That's really it.
Okay. All right. So let me just give you a little bit of information about ADP. Have you been able to do some research about us at all previously before our meetings?
I have actually. When I did look at your website.
Okay. Was it thorough enough? Did you find it was easy to access and, you know, move around?
Yeah. All the links on the page, everything that, you know, I felt I had to kind of read through to get a good background on your company. You know, the company's kind of mission statement of where you stand and the services that you provide, and that's kind of why I followed through with this appointment.
Of course.
Because I felt like, you know, I could really benefit from your help.
Okay. Well, you know, as far as me is, you know, if I was in somebody like your shoes, I would want to go with a company that has a solid, you know, reputation. Been around a long time, you know, and somebody that always follows through, because this is nothing to play around with. Somebody's paycheck, it's a very serious thing. So ADP is a global company. I'm not sure if you know that, but we are servicing 125 countries all over the globe. And U.S. is our biggest profit, you know, margin. We do have the most companies here that we do serve. We have about 620,000 companies globally that we do service in those 125 countries. So, you know, our numbers really speak for themselves. We staff 26,000 people that collect all the information. Any 24-hour service, which I think for you would be a huge help, and you know, kind of being able to have that peace of mind at any point of the day. You can call and, you know, check if something isn't right on, you know, anything. You have that access, which is huge. The ADP experts are at your assistance. We not only do we staff a call center personnel, we have scientists, economists, we have HR specialists that are working on search tools. We're always updating our mobile access.
That's great.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we do have an app, and we are constantly developing it. So we always have the newest and greatest, access to that. And our analytics to deliver the predictable solution. So basically, we try to always stay one step ahead of our competition. Our numbers really do speak for themselves. So I'm convinced that we can form a partnership and that we can get your services done.
That'd be great. I feel pretty confident. I
Okay.
mean, you're an extremely reputable company, like you said,
Okay.
and the fact that you update frequently, that really helps, because some places you go in, I did some research on some other companies,
Okay.
and you kind of look on their website and you can tell some things haven't been touched in a while.
Mhm.
They haven't really evolved, we'll
Yeah.
say. So
Yeah.
that kind of shied me away from them. So you were definitely my first choice
Okay.
of a company to go with.
Well, let me, I'm going to go back to, now that I explained what our company is about, I want to go back to those three things that you've really touched on.
Yeah.
So with the work overload, I know that we are able to help you. So once everything has been completed and we've signed a contract, I do have the paperwork here that explains our numbers, and I will go over this as soon as I'm done explaining what I'm going to explain. So you do pay a one-time fee. If when we do sign up, there's a one-time fee, and then there's a monthly payment for the amount of employees that you have.
Okay.
With yourself, you only have 12, so you're in the bracket of 11 to 20 employees. So as the more people that you have in your company, the larger per month you have. But you having 12, you have an idea where your price is so low every month.
Yeah.
So that's a really good thing. Okay. And that one-time initiation fee you'll never ever get that again. Okay. So it's just a one-time fee. Okay. So once ADP has collected your information, we will contact Jessica or whoever you would like to.
Jessica.
It would be Jessica. Okay,
Jessica.
to collect all of everybody's information on what needs to be paid. Okay. So we will have somebody in direct contact with Jessica, who will be handling that, so that your first priority of getting her workload to be in-house and no payroll, that will be all set. Okay.
Yeah, that'd be great.
Yep. Your second request of having the mobile access to the current and past history to make sure that vacations and days off and vacation days are going to be all set. Like I explained in ADP's ongoing extension of how we're always trying to improve, our app can handle that, and it's great because it's never ending. You will have access if you would like Jessica to have access. If you want your wife to have access, you can customize it to however it is that you want. Yep. Whoever to have, and if you need alerts or like you said, a calendar.
Yeah, that's my main thing. It's to have obviously their payroll. It can bring back say an employee logs in, he wants to view his pay period. We'll say it's a 1 week or bi-weekly. They click on that pay period, it'll kind of give like a drop down, and if they use vacation time, sick time, personal time, it'll keep track of all those days. So if I give a guy 5 personal days a year, he uses 3 of them, he'll have, say 3 days left on personal, 6 days left vacation.
Yep.
Everything keep track, so you can kind of just, like you said, the past history, maybe like for the year of all their stuff, because every guy, I have 4 guys that have been with me for 6 years now. So I mean, they're a little higher up on the pay scale, and they get more vacation time, obviously.
Okay.
So it's just that adjustment with all the employees. One guy might have a week, the other guy might have 2 weeks a year.
Yeah.
So it's just how much they use, and this can kind of help me keep track of it, and I can just bring it right up on my phone.
Yep.
That'd be great.
And we can prepare that specifically for your needs. So that's not an issue. Right. And like I said, once we've signed contracts and everything, and we've gone through the details, the intricate details of what you need, we will make sure that that's all set for you. Okay.
Thank you.
And then the third part, the direct deposit, that is our bread and butter.
Yeah.
I mean, we do that. I would probably say that's about 85% of our company.
Right.
Handles direct deposit. It's the number one thing. I mean, people want their money, and they want to make sure it's accurate. They want to make sure it's time based. They want to make sure that their employees are satisfied with, getting paid, because they're working for you. You in turn, you want to have good work. They want to make sure and have that knowledge that at the end of the week that they're going to be taken care of.
And it's so much easier to have everything just electronic now. The paper trails and just.
Yep.
We'll cut back on our costs of printing and all that stuff. So I mean, it's gonna be so much easier. They boom, we click, they get it, they're happy, we're happy, everything's good.
Yep.
Easy to keep track of everything electronically.
Yeah.
So that's
and that'll be done. That'll be done weekly, or if you do you do weekly or bi-weekly?
We had actually done both, but right now we're on a weekly paycheck. I think we'll just stick with a weekly paycheck.
And if you did want to change something, all you would need to give us is a 30-day notice of the time that you want to change it.
Okay.
So,
that's good.
And that's a great thing. We can customize anything. You're not just stuck into one thing. If you want to expand or minimize, your company, however growth or setbacks that you need to make in your company.
Oh, it's good to know that I'm not just locked in. I can kind of switch it. All right, that's good.
Okay. So let me just go over this real quick before we go. So that one-time initiation fee that I had stated, it's $150, and that's for any time. That's just that's your fee for the company ID.
Yeah.
For online access and everything else. And like I said, any changes to the company, you're not going to be charged again. This is one time.
One time, like a setup fee almost.
Yep,
yeah. Okay.
Absolutely.
I get you.
And you can see it right here, the amount of employees, the price. You, like I said before, you're in the 11 to 20 employee range. Okay. So you are now at the $38.95. Does that sound like a number that
would be... $38.95 per employee?
No, per month.
Oh, per month.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's great.
Yeah. So it's not per employee.
Yeah.
So
that's great.
Yeah, if you're in this bracket, so. Yeah, so does that sound like that could be
Absolutely.
doable for you?
That's very doable. Yeah.
And
that's less than $40 a month. That's amazing.
Yeah. Okay, and that will work with, increasing your revenue, because this way Jessica's, from what I know,
so much easier.
She can get more jobs. She can really.
She can focus on just setting the guys up for the day. The job's done. She can send out the bill to the company, and I mean that's it.
Good.
She can just handle, setting up appointments and invoices. That's it.
Okay.
But having the payroll off of her, that's a weight off her shoulders. Okay. That's gonna free up so much more time. That'll be great.
Okay. Now, before we go, do you have any other questions for me, or statements or anything that you need from me before we go? And I am customizing all of this, and I'm gonna be in touch with Jessica. I'd like to actually do a conference call. I don't know if that might work.
Yeah, that'd be great.
The three of us on
yeah, that'd be great, actually, yeah. And I gave her the heads up that I was coming here, and
okay.
I think she was a little fearful that she thought I was, and I almost thought she wasn't doing a good job. But that's totally not the case. I mean, she's a fully capable, fully competent, woman. I'm asking her to do, 100 things in an 8-hour workday, and it's not. I couldn't do the things I asked her to do. So.
Okay.
It's not to her fault at all. It's just there's not enough hours in the day.
Okay.
So I gave her the heads up that I was coming here, and she was, she's all supportive for it because she's, number one for the company. So.
Okay.
I told her there'd be a chance, somebody had to contact her or talk to her or anything.
Perfect.
So she's expecting a call.
Perfect.
So if it's from you, that's great. Then I can kind of give her a heads up and we go back and.
Perfect.
Yeah, we can set something up.
Okay.
That'd be great.
All right. Well, if you have any other questions or anything, I gave you my card the last time that we had met.
Yes, I have it.
Do you still have that?
I do have it. Yeah.
Okay. And if for whatever reason you lost that, or any other questions, call me, fax me, email me, text me. I'm pretty near my phone at all times.
Okay. Great.
So so I will customize this. I will get a package for you ready, and I will either set up a conference call or another meeting where Jessica will be able to be present, so that everybody's kind of on the same page. And I want to make sure that you guys are comfortable, so that we can really build a prosperous relationship, and that we can help each other.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to it. Yeah,
Okay.
this is great.
All right, awesome. Well, thank you so much for your
Thank you
time,
again.
Derek. I
Thank
really
you so much. It
appreciate
was nice
it
seeing
so
you
much.
again.
All
Really
right.
appreciate it.
All right.
All right, take care.
You too.